I used to be a very angry person. Um, it was from the PTSD and trauma from being raised with narcissistic parents. I wasn't allowed to go to school. Um, Beaten a lot all the time. My dad is a pedo rapist, molesting my half sister. My other sister, full blood sister, is a psychopath, which she inherited from my father. And my mother was very narcissistic as well, probably due to her heavy substance abuse, which my father did as well. But I was always not nice. I thought I was nice. I was compassionate, loving, caring, and giving, nurturing. I didn't understand why people were put off by me because being raised around the people I was raised around and never being allowed to go to school or really have communications with other people very much. I did not develop proper communication skills or social skills. So I didn't realize the way I was responding was always in an angry type of voice, and that I was angry from years of constant severe physical abuse and psychological abuse. And now that I'm older, I'm 43 years old, and I've learned a lot, especially in the last decade, on the things that I've done that could have hurt people, the words that I've used that hurt people. Actually, I have a video from 10 years ago talking about your words and being careful how to use them. But since then, I've learned so much more. Um, I've also learned that you get a lot of hate and lashback, whether it's going to be cruel comments or other people that I know. You're going to get a lot of hate from them, but they're never good people. They're always very narcissistic people. Where's the narcissism come from? Doesn't matter to me. Just avoid them. But one of the things I've learned to do to heal is I learned how to learn things, if that makes sense. And I learned how to enjoy things. Like, there's a lot of stuff out there that's just not for me. Expressive dance is one of them. You know, I find the expressive dance kind of ridiculous. And I found that understanding and learning the joy and love, the feelings that other people who like it get from it, and why they pursue it and all that. When I come to that understanding, and I am more, I don't want to just say open minded. I see open minded as just being accepting. But I'm talking about actually looking at why people would like it. And that has helped me to heal. There are beautiful things out there. Ballet is another one. I always saw ballet as such a waste of talent. I would see these people, mainly women, of course, with these great abilities. I think, why waste it on that when you could be such a great martial artist? Isn't that funny? And now I look at ballet, it's like, oh wow, that's a beautiful art. You see, in my mind, I still think as far as you do things to be constructive. Because as a child, they never got to do things for joy. Everything always had to be for a purpose. And the way my mind works is I like to bring in education. I don't like to bring in any malarkey, you know. Um, and it took me a while to learn to enjoy things like that. Like the Orville is a great show. I get a lot of joy from it. There's nothing that you really learn from it, but it's a great show. And I've learned to enjoy more things like that. I guess this is just a long-winded way of saying that my tip is, when it comes to healing, is look at things that are out of your wheelhouse that you don't know, or things that are not really an interest to you, and look into these things and how other people do it, why other people like it, and you can end up finding new loves and new passions. Here's an example, and it's kind of silly, but it's true. When I was a kid, my parents and all of us went to a Chinese food restaurant, and I did not like vegetables. I did not like them. I liked the wontons and the meat and the rice, all that. The tea, the Roy Rogers or Shirley Temple. I'm a 43-year-old man. I got no problem ordering me a Shirley Temple. No problem at all. They're both basically the same thing, Roy Rogers, Shirley Temple. And there's another young man who is also very young, about roughly my age. I'm going to say probably around 8, hovering around 8 years old. He was Chinese, his Chinese parents. God, the owner of that Chinese restaurant was such a precious, precious man. So precious. I wonder what happened to him. Anyway, um, this young man sitting across from me. So it's the table. Then I got my parents, and then across that table, you have this kid and his parents, and he's facing me on the other side of the bench, or the the seating area. I don't know. And he immediately dug into his vegetables. And when he'd put those, they look like those little corns. You know what I'm talking about? Put that in his mouth, and seeing him bite into it and hearing the crunch of it, I immediately started salivating. I did not like vegetables before that young man. And after that young man, right at that moment, I could not wait to get my vegetables, and I freaking dug into them, and they were delicious. It took me seeing someone else enjoy something in order for me to enjoy it. But it also became a love of mine. I still love the vegetables and Chinese food to this day. 43 years old. It's been 35 years. It was around Riverside, California. That's when that happened. Around 1988, 1989. 1988. It was around 1988, maybe 19. So that makes me 6 or 7 years old. Yeah, different time then. And it also happened with ballet. There's a movie Black Swan with Natalie Portman. It's some type of thriller thing. It really wasn't for me. But the ballet in it was really beautiful. And after that, I started looking up other things that had to do with ballet. Actually, it was my therapist who first showed me ballet in her office on her computer, and it had to do with breaking free of like an addiction, and that first sparked it for me. But I had to see someone else enjoy it, you see, and then it's just like, oh wow, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. You know, as I get older and I'm becoming more tired and more exhausted, I'm trying to overcome that, but it just comes with age, I suppose. I'm just trying to find things to get joy from in life because I've never really had much of it. For a long time, I thought finding the right woman, when a woman would share something with me, especially like intimate wise, which there's very few women who did that with me, very few. And the ones who did, because they shared something special with me, made me feel like I could do anything. Made me feel on top of the world. Made me feel like I had some type of value because a woman of such value and beauty and intelligence would give part of herself to me. You know what I mean? And I was always very humbled by it. I never took it for granted. I'm glad because I that kept me from taking myself out for a while. But now I realize that if I had invested more time, any time, into finding those women's passions, you know what I mean, and what they like and why they liked it, not just those women, but other people too, and looked into things that I did not know existed, and if I learned to cook different meals at that time, different stuff, you know, maybe I would have had a lot more joy in my life. I don't have family. I have few friends. The friends I have, I hold dearly to my heart. But I have no children. I don't think I ever will. I don't think I'll ever find a woman. I don't think I'll ever fall in love again. So I'm just trying to enjoy things in life. And that's basically it. If you made it through this video, which I'm sure nobody ever will, drop in the comments below something that you like, a passion that you like, a hobby or whatever, and the reason behind it. Like, not the reason behind it, about how it makes you feel. Because I would like to look into other things that people share with me. It's beautiful out here. It's beautiful out here in Illinois. Nice day.